Welcome to the 17th meeting of the Liquor Commission. We kindly ask that you please turn off your cell phones. Please turn them completely off as they may interfere with the taping of the session. When addressing the commission, please remember to state and spell your name clearly and speak into the microphone. I believe we have some minutes to approve. For 7-Eleven and 9 Brett.
Yeah. Motion to approve the minutes from July 11, 2024 and September 19, 2024.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Any objections? Hearing none, the chair also votes aye. The minutes are approved. We'll get right into the first item on the agenda. Public hearing, agenda item number 1, transfer application number 24-01464, Dawin LLC.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I'm Min Young-woo on behalf of Darwin LLC. On my right is the manager, Soo Min Kim.
Thank you,
Oh,
Mr.
sorry.
Thank you,
Mr.
Mr.
Matias.
Acting Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application. For the record, a summary of the 10/24/24 preliminary hearing testimony was provided to Commissioner Bach prior to the public hearing.
Is there anyone in the audience who would like to testify either for or against this application? Seeing none. Commissioners?
Motion to approve transfer application number 24-01464.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, chair also votes aye. Transfer application number 24-01464 is approved. Thank you. Calling agenda item number 2, application number 23-00771 for Avivi Hawaiian Grill LP.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Commissioners, Kevin over here, representing VP.
Mr. Patilos?
Thank you, Mr. Acting Chair and Commissioners. For this application, an error was published with regard to the suite number for the proposed premises, both in the notice of public hearing and the agenda. Unfortunately, this error will require republication, agenda reposting, and mail out. Administration's recommendation is that the Commission continue with the public hearing to January 9th, 2025, and keep the public hearing open so that the applicant may republish and mail out with the correct suite number. The Liquor Commission will cover the cost of the republication and second mail out.
Need a motion? Let's continue.
Thank you.
Nicola. Okay, thank you. Agenda item number 3, application number 24-00433 for K&J Gas Station Corporation.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I'm Min Young-woo on behalf of K&J Gas Station Corporation. On my right is the manager, Nicholas Garber.
Mr. Patilos?
Thank you, Mr. Acting Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application. For the record, a summary of the 9/19/24 preliminary hearing testimony was provided to Commissioner Bach prior to the public hearing.
Is there anyone in the audience who would like to testify either for or against this application? Seeing none, commissioners?
I know in the last hearing, we asked for a submission of a new map with delineation in red. Was that provided?
Yes.
I can faintly see online. I'm not sure if yeah, then no questions.
All right, motion to approve application number 24-00433.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 24-00433. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Motion's approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
You can see the red line, yeah.
Yeah, I said it, zoom in.
We'll call agenda item number 4, application number 24-01546 for Kakako Spirits LLC.
Good afternoon, Chair, members of the Commission, Greg Nisha, author's agent appearing on behalf of the applicant. To my right is Danny Wang, who is the sole member applicant. I've given the hearings reporter Danny's spelling of his name prior to the start of today's hearing. Again, no changes to the investigator's report, and we are unaware of any whatever problems.
Mr. Patilos?
Thank you, Mr. Acting Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application. For the record, a summary of the September 19, 2024 preliminary hearing testimony was provided to Commissioner Bach prior to the public hearing.
Is there anyone in the audience who would like to testify either for or against this application? Seeing none, commissioners?
Okay.
Motion to approve application number 24-01546.
Second.
It has been moved and second to approve application number 24-01546. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Motion's approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will move to special license applications. If there is anyone present who wishes to provide testimony on agenda items number 5 through 26, you may do so now or wait until the agenda item is called. Calling agenda item number 5, application number 25-00972, Cools in Catering by Sinublan.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Tyler Lazama, representing Cools and Catering by Sinublan. For this application, is going to be a first birthday, approximately 2:20. Bar will be inside, and there will be 2 HBDs on site.
Yeah.
Good. No question. Motion to approve application number 25-00972.
Second.
It's been moved and second to approve application number 25-00972. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Motion's approved. Application's approved. Calling agenda item number 6, application number 25-00973 for Cools and Catering by Sinublan.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Tyler Lazama, representing Cools and Catering by Sinublan. For this application, is going to be a first birthday, approximately 250 people. Bar will be inside, and there's also 2 HBDs on site.
No questions. Motion to approve application number 25-00973.
Second.
It's moved and seconded to approve application number 25-00973. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Application's approved. We'll move to agenda item number 7, application number 25-00974, Cools and Catering by Sinublan.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Tyler Lazama, representing Cools and Catering by Sinublan. For this application, it's going to be I believe it's a wedding rehearsal. A wedding shower, I believe.
Christmas party?
Is it Christmas party?
Cheese and whistles?
Yes. So sorry.
Okay, yeah. I know you have a lot.
Yeah, so sorry.
No,
For this one, it's going to be approximately 150 people. Bar will be inside, and there will be 1 HPD on site.
No questions. Motion to approve application number 25-00974.
Second.
it has been moved and seconded to approve application number 25-00974. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Application is approved. We'll move to agenda item number 8, application number 25-00975, Cools and Catering by Sinublan.
Good afternoon, commissioners. My name is Tyler Lozama, representing Cools and Catering by Sinublan. This application is going to be a wedding reception. Approximately 200 people, bar is inside and 2 HPD will be on site.
It's a busy season coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No questions.
No question. Motion to approve application number 25-00975.
Second.
Been moved in second to approve application number 25-00975. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, chair also votes aye. Application is approved. Home stretch here for agenda item number 9. Excuse me, application number 25-00976 for Cools and Catering by Sinublan.
Good afternoon, commissioners. My name is Tyler Lozama, representing Cools and Catering by Sinublan. But this application is going to be a Christmas party. Approximately 200 people, bar will be inside and 2 HPD on site.
Motion to approve application number 25-00976.
Second.
It's been moved in second to approve application number 25-00976. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Application's approved. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, commissioners.
Okay, calling agenda item number 10, application number 25-01000 for Island Sound and Studios LLC.
Hi, good afternoon, Chair, Commissioners. Devin Koba representing Island Sound Studios LLC. These are the two things you're gonna be seeing. They're both for Christmas parties. It's just the season.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
they're about 75 people at each one.
Other questions? Okay, motion to approve application number 25-01000.
Second.
Been moved in second to approve application number 25-01000. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, that chair also votes aye. Application's approved.
Thank you.
We're right to agenda item number 11, application number 25-01001 for Island Sound Studios LLC.
Thank you, Chairman. Commissioner Devin Koba once again representing Island Sound Studios LLC, and same thing, it's another Christmas party. Yeah,
I would just say, since these permits go until 11:59, just making sure that they use the same noise abatement protocol that they use for the regular
yes, the
operation.
doors are always gonna be closed. They're keeping care, but
The attendees will be closer to the 75.
I would say not. I mean, they're smaller companies. That's why I think that's why they wanted to use it, because, you know, it's all enclosed. They're all right there.
No further questions.
All right, motion to approve application number 25-01001.
Second.
Been moved in second to approve application number 25-01001. Nays or reservations? Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Application's approved.
Thank you very much.
Calling agenda item number 12, application numbers 25-01040-1 to 25-01040-9 for SF Hawaii 88 LLC.
Good afternoon, Chair, members of the Commission, Keith Piucci for the applicant. It's a special license to bridge the time that our second temp ran out. Our public hearing is scheduled for December 5th.
Good, got everything in. Commissioners,
Motion to approve application numbers 25-01040-1 to 25-01040-9.
Second.
been moved in second to approve application numbers 25-01040-1 to 25-01040-9. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Application's approved. Thank you. Okay. We'll go to agenda item number 13, the stock transfer application. Application number 24-03522 for Middle Street Meat Market Inc.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I'm Min Young-woo on behalf of Middle Street Meat Market Inc. and no changes to the investigative report.
Questions?
If
So
we're
you're just changing
if
the,
we're just updating the records, then, no questions.
All right. Motion to approve application number 24-03-522.
Second.
been moved and seconded to approve application number 24-03-522. Any nays or reservations?
No.
Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Application's approved. Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to requests. We have agenda item number 14, request number 25-00995 for WBCKLP.
Good afternoon, Chair, members of the Commission, Greg Nishio, for authorization of appearing on behalf of the requesting licensee. If you reviewed Mr. Shinsato's letter, it's pretty straightforward as far as why they're making this request. Mr. Shinsato has submitted a request for approval of alterations with the commission, which is pending. As stated in the letter, they need to move these things in order to get further equipment going in. They're moving from their location, which is right by the liquor commission here on the street.
Okay. Commissioners,
Um,
questions?
I would entertain a motion to go into executive session. To Hawaii revised statute section 92-4 and subsection 92-5. A4 to consult with the board's attorney on questions and issues in matter pertaining to the board's powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities relating to the approval requested in request number 25-0099.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. We're in executive session. Great, we are back from executive session where we were discussing request number 25-00995 and our options related to the waiver. Commissioners?
Due to the fact that through communication the licensee has had with the commission, it's clear that the map of the premises that we have on file is inaccurate. So at this time, it's my recommendation that we do not approve this request and instead recommend that you seek an alteration to the plan so that we are confirmed that there is an accurate map on file.
Yeah, I would, during when you're in the executive session, I was communicating with Mr. Shinsato. I'd like to correct the record. Basically, he is gonna file the request.
Okay.
Alteration purposes. However, for the record also, the reason we made this request is because of the need to move the equipment over there. And the time frame from the time we submit the application to the time the commission hears it, the lag. It makes it very difficult for the, you can't move the equipment.
Understood, and we apologize for that. However, for us to grant the waiver with an inaccurate map, it's just not the right process for us to be able to manage that and understand what it is that we are providing a waiver for. Yeah, so that's my recommendation.
Motion to not grant the waiver on request number 25-00995.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to not grant the waiver for request number 25-00995. Nays or reservations? Hearing none, the chair votes aye. Request is.
Thank you. We'll take the commission comments to heart and we'll move forward accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move to agenda item number 15, request number 25-01012, 7 Mile Miracle LLC.
Hi, Commissioners. Steve Humschild with 7 Mile Miracle LLC. It's a subsidiary of Lani Kai Brewing LLC. Happy to fill you in on any details if you'd like.
You want to just walk us through?
Yes, sir. So we have leased a restaurant space on the North Shore. Our main production facility and restaurants currently in Kailua.
Yeah.
So we went to expand onto the North Shore. We signed the lease in 2020. After submitting our plans, it was brought to our attention that there was a wastewater issue that is an issue that's between the landlord, which is Kamehameha Schools, and the city dealing with septic capacity. And it's been trapped in that. Basically, the facility that we leased, the landlord didn't have any, there was an operating restaurant, but landlord didn't have any reason to believe that there was a septic related issue. So obviously we entered into the lease based on that credentials. And there was some sort of delay between the time that we took over the space and submitted the permits that it kind of reallocated that septic capacity to tour buses. So therefore the landlord, Kamehameha Schools, worked with the Department of Wastewater to redo calculations and make sure that their septic capacity is fine. None of it has anything to do with any desire for us to change occupancy, add or remove restrooms, add or remove features. So us as the operator are kind of trapped in limbo, waiting for the city and the landlord to finish resolving that. I provided a documentation there from Kamehameha Schools, giving a timeline based on their engineering on when they think they'll be able to move into construction, or we will. We're currently somewhat in limbo because we're not allowed to operate, build, permit, or do anything. And when we initially went for licensing, we were under the impression that there wasn't, and as was the landlord, we weren't aware that there was any particular issue that would hinder us from moving through a reasonable process. And then, throw the pandemic on top of that, and it's just been delayed.
Do you know about how much time you would need to be added to for the extension?
So over the years, Ms. Harai has advised that I can only request year by year at a time. And so essentially, as we get towards the end of the year where we are now, I go back to the landlord and ask them for updates based on their interactions with the city, and they're kind of volleying back and forth on the resolution of it.
As of now, the last update is essentially that they believe the capacity will be adequate, where they will not have to go back and upgrade or do other things that might take more time. So it has been expressed to me that they believe that it will be probably sometime next year that we'll be able to move into permitting. However, I'm just kind of passing that. I'm third party to all of that, so I'm not really exactly sure.
Mr. Patilas, are there any restrictions that we would face if we were to try and extend this to the end of 2025?
I'll defer that question to Supervising Investigator Santo.
Sorry, Supervising Investigator Daniel Salto, just one question. Is this for the temp or is this for the permanent license?
Permanent license.
Okay, we got it. Agendized wrong.
Yeah, because it says
Temporary.
standalone temp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can put it back on next week.
Well, what's our options now? So,
There's only preview, so you can't amend the agenda.
Yeah.
Give proper notice to the public that it's
Permanent license. Apologies, it seems there's an issue with the agenda and it's currently notated as temporary restaurant license and not permanent. Would you be available to come back same time next week?
I believe so. So I'll go ahead
Sorry
and
about
confirm and I can make adjustments with the admin if not.
We can go ahead and move it to next week.
Yeah,
and then
okay.
Let us know if you're not able to.
Understood.
attend.
Okay.
sorry about that.
Understood.
Okay. So,
Before you go though. Are there any issues with us extending to 2025 next week? If,
No.
you know, yeah.
great. At least we know we can do it.
Okay.
We'll just have it properly agendized.
Understood.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Need it-
Thank
any
you.
action? Any action?
Just to continue. to next
Continue.
week.
Okay.
No need of motion.
The verbiage. Instead of temps.
Okay, so we'll continue to next week.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm the next one anyway, so
Okay.
Okay, oh,
remain
perfect. Okay.
seated if that's okay.
We'll call agenda item number 16, request number 25-01013 for LIQ Brewing Company LLC.
To walk you through this real quickly, we are a class 18 manufacturer, which allows us to obviously prepackaged products, or we all have, our restaurant component where we blend cocktails, serve from draft, all the different package options. We also have a alcoholic slushy machine where we basically, the easiest way to think about it is like frozen margarita. Some of those are considered pre-batched, but because we have a blended license, it may be considered a gray area on whether that needs to be blended in front of the customer and then pre-batched. So it was recommended that the best way to go about it is to ask for basically a waiver of the rule to allow us to use this formula to create these slushies that are in there. They're properly labeled. They're labeled as alcoholic. We're certain, we don't offer slushies for children or anything, so there's no way it could accidentally be served to a minor. So the request is the waiver rule allowing us to essentially pre-batch these, because it's kind of a gray area with the class 18 since we are a blended license anyway.
So you would do for example, a batch slush, like a gallon at a time or something?
Yeah, our slushies have different capacities, so we broke it down based on what ours is, and this one is our capacity is 2.6 gallons. So we put in 2 gallons total to allow space for expansion.
And you would only keep this for 72 hours?
Yeah,
Each
after-
batch?
Yeah, we want to make sure that we're clearly within the regulations of the Department of Health on proper service, and it won't last if it's not moving that quick. We don't want to keep it anyway.
Okay, yeah, okay, appreciate that. Yeah, 72 is about all we'll go to. Yeah, so. Okay, Commissioners, thank you.
A motion to approve request number 25-01013.
Second.
It's been moved and second to approve request number 25-01013. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, chair votes aye, the request is approved. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Commissioner.
Thank you for your.
See you next week.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Calling agenda item number 17, request number 25-01015. Joseph Kailua LLC.
Good afternoon, Chair. Members, Commissioner Greg Nishioka, authorization preparing on behalf of the applicant. I guess I get the daily quadruple today, but yeah, in any event, so basically what they're doing is trying to extend it for that time period, for the Christmas time period, which is from November 25, 2024 to August 24, 2025. By the way, we reviewed investigated supervising investigative Sala's report. I have no changes there too. I was just trying to explain what they're trying to do. And I would proffer to the commission that if they're gonna do like live entertainment or something, that we would advise the commission, whatever the commission suggests, either by letter or, you know, notice to the commission or coming in again to just, you know, actual, some kind of, you know, request to the commission to allow it.
On the map, what is the additional premises?
If you look on the map, there's, you see the
parking
premises
lot.
that's in circled in red, the perimeter. Yeah.
My,
There is a, I'm very familiar with this premises. There's a 6-foot fence, I believe fence or along the whole perimeter, chain link fence. And in the rear, there may be a, I've never been able to see this, but I think there's a CUM wall, concrete wall. And there's also plants. I mean, there's like hedges over there blocking the way totally, as well as partially around the parking lot.
will there be staff or personnel?
Of course, yeah, definitely. And what they're probably planning to do is kind of, when you do this, obviously, you know, it doesn't make sense to use the whole footprint, but they will put some kind of, you know, stanchions or planters or something out to, you know, to clearly delineate service area. Thank you.
Okay. All right, motion to approve request number 25-01015.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve request number 25-01015. Nays or reservations? Seeing none, chair also votes aye. Request is approved.
Thank you.
Now you have another one coming up. Agenda item number 18, request number 25-01016. Shaka's Kailua LLC.
Again, Greg Nishio, authorization, appearing on behalf of the requesting party, we received supervising investigator Salter's report, have no changes there too. This is another request of a series of requests that have been made to the commission. Unless the requesting party has not occurred any problems with the prior events. Good, things pretty much been under control. Noise is not a problem as there are no residential areas within 500 feet of this premises.
Pretty good concert. All right, motion to approve request number 25-01016. Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve request number 25-01016. Nays or reservations? Seeing none, chair also votes aye. Request is approved.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Agenda item number 19, request number 25-01039.
Good afternoon, commissioners. My name is Rusty Mizuka from YLI Country Club. And I think you have the request in front of you, but it's just requesting the waiver of fingerprinting, personal history affidavit, and criminal history record clearance for our officers and directors.
But we have all the information of them on file.
I believe so, yes.
Commissioners?
So, as you say, every person here is on file.
Yes, we believe so. There's 16 officers and directors. And most of them are, actually, I think all of them are continuations from last year.
I'm good. All right, motion to approve request number 25-01039.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve request number 25-01039. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Request is approved.
That the representative represent that the people that they're approving don't have them.
Okay.
See it on the record.
Yeah, so could you state that on the record, verifying that is it 16 or 17 listed officers and directors?
There should be 16,
16?
including myself.
That, okay, oh,
Yes.
including yourself.
Yeah.
So Can you state for the record that that they have no felonies?
Yeah,
on their record?
there's no felonies on record to my knowledge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go to agenda item number 20, request number 25-01054 for Imperial Restaurant Management LLC.
Good afternoon, Commissioner. My name is Gary Chen, represent Imperial Restaurant Management. EBA is on Scratch Kitchen, Kapolei.
In the inventory balancing. You want to take us through what are you doing?
Oh, basically because the business was not doing so well, so unfortunately we have to close the business, and that's the leftover inventory in the restaurant. Yeah. And we also have different restaurant in Kakako. I mean the same business name called Scratch Kitchen.
Yeah.
So we plan to ask for request to transfer the inventory from Kapolei to the Ward location.
But the ownership of the two entities is not identical.
It's very similar, different proportion. Yeah, different proportion.
Executive session.
Yeah, I think we should go.
And we will, if we okay to transfer, we will file the sales under the Ward location and pay the tax over there.
Commission may go into executive session pursuant to Hawaii Revised Statute, section 92-4 and subsection 92-584 to consult with the board's attorney on questions and issues on a matter pertaining to the board's powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities, and relating to our ability to issue a waiver of this rule regarding inventory management. I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session for this purpose.
So moved. Second. Thank you. Moved in second. We'll go into executive session.
Thank you.
request number 25-01054 related to the inventory balancing amongst the two entities. And we have some thoughts, Commissioner.
Yeah, so unfortunately, the Liquor Commission has a rule that does not permit inventory transfer between separate entities. If it were the same company with different locations, that might be permitted. Or something that would work within the rules of the Liquor Commission. But since it is two separate entities that operate as independent businesses, we're not able to permit the inventory transfer between those two companies.
But they both name is Scratch Kitchen, just holding by different entity.
Right, it's the different entities that's the issue. It's not necessarily the trade or brand name that we would look at. It's the corporate structure themselves in two different companies.
Because it's under different federal tax IDs, right?
Correct,
Different
correct.
entity. That's where it is, Mr. Chen.
So
Okay,
unfortunately, that's a rule of the commission, so we don't have the ability to
Okay.
permit that.
so how do I handle the inventory leftover?
That's a good question. I'm not really familiar with your wholesalers' process or procedures, but potentially they may take the product back.
Okay, okay,
That might be something to try.
understand. Okay.
So we need a motion.
Right. All right, motion to not approve request number 25-01054.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to not approve request number 25-01054. Any nays or reservations?
Sorry, we couldn't help you.
Hearing none, chair also votes aye. Motion request is declined. Thank you. Okay, what other business? Agenda item number 21, request number 25-01034. The Ala Moana LLC.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the commission, Mr. Patilos, Robert Uyoka on behalf of the Ala Moana. It's a request to basically clean up 3 previously approved days. They were approved from 6 a.m. to 11:59, but we're asking from 12 midnight to 2 a.m., the 2 hours before the previously approved period, on the same days though, on the 3 previously approved same days. So 2 hours from midnight to 2 a.m. for those 3 days, total of 6 hours.
How's it been so far since opening?
I think good. I went to the grand opening. I was really busy, but I haven't gone since. But it's kind of in a unique location on Ala Moana, really isolated parking lots. I couldn't even find it. I had to ask security guy, where is it? And it's really isolated.
Has any question?
All right, motion to approve request number 25-01034.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve request number 25-01034. Nays or reservations? Seeing none, the chair votes aye. Request is approved.
Thank you so much.
Calling agenda item number 22, request number 25-01059. It's at Courtney Yagi on behalf of El Mariachi Mexican Restaurant Limited.
Yes, good afternoon, commissioners. My name is Courtney Yagi. I'm with El Mariachi Capole LLC. So today I was requesting to waive the rule 3-82-32.1. And so that I can apply for a new liquor license and a temporary. So what happened was the previous business is closed and was sold. And it was their license they let their license expire.
Okay.
And then so we're in the same exact location and operating business, and we wanted to apply for our own new license. So we were requesting to see if we would be able to waive that rule.
Are we sure it's not, the license is not in safekeeping? Safety, okay. I don't have any other questions.
Motion to approve request number 25-01059.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve request number 25-01059. Any names and reservations? Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Request is approved. Thank you. Go to the adjudications, Joe, you're gonna take us through that? Okay. Okay, we'll call agenda item number 23. Hawaiian Brian's Billiards.
Yeah, Lee Anderson on behalf of Hawaiian Brian's Billiards.
Good evening, Commissioners. Deputy Corporation Counsel Mario Everett on behalf of the city.
Thank you, Mr. Everett. See,
Reading out the charges.
yeah, would you please read the charges?
Sure. So Commissioners, because this is a contested hearing, I always ask, do you want to take a break before we begin, or do you want to just go straight into the hearing?
May I ask, will any witnesses being called by either party?
One witness by the city,
None by.
yes.
Okay, yeah, we can continue.
On or about April 11th, 2024, in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee employed Michael Nishikawa in that section of the licensed premises where liquor is sold, served, or consumed without said employee being properly registered with the Liquor Commission in violation of Rule 3-82-38.5 sub A of the rules of the commission of the Liquor Commission of the city and county of Honolulu.
Thank you. And may I also ask, are any parties requesting the exclusionary rule be in effect?
I will ask that the exclusionary rule be in effect. There is only one witness, so I don't think it's going to have much of an effect, but for the record, I would ask.
Is the witness in the room?
He is not.
Okay, thank you. And how would you like to plead?
Not guilty.
Motion to approve the plea.
Motion to approve the plea of not guilty.
Second.
And moved in second to the plea of not guilty. Names or reservations? Chair also votes aye. Accept the plea.
All right,
opening statements?
Opening statements,
This is what we talked about
Yep.
earlier. Would you like to give an opening
Yes.
statement?
So if I can just catch you folks up to where we are now before we revisit this charge. Michael Nishikawa is no longer employed with us, not having anything related to do with this issue, but the two people who we've hired to replace him have gotten a liquor card. So we are compliant if the same situation were to happen again, an investigator were to come in, the person in Michael's role would have a liquor card. But I just want to go backwards to the incident that we were reported on. Obviously, we take our liquor commission compliance very seriously. I feel like we have a pretty good track record given our volume. When I was looking at the investigator's report, it did define the area Michael was working at as a bar. While I know that it is a counter, but there's no liquor stored anywhere in that area. Michael's actually encouraged not to take any alcohol orders or to serve anything. He was just there to serve food. We used to have our kitchen service in a different location, which is further away from our service areas. That person never had a liquor card and we've never received a citation for that person not having a liquor card. So when we moved the food preparation area, I just didn't think that we needed to have that person get a card. Secondly, I know that the citation said that, Michael did work in an area where liquor is served. From time to time, I'll have my laptop out in the areas of service, but I don't think there's any confusion as to me being serving alcohol. I'm just there kind of working on bookkeeping. So I think just the expectation of role was another reason why we didn't have Michael get a card. But like I said, we have amended that issue, corrected it. The employees who have replaced him do have their cards. So that's just my statement about the citation.
Thank you, Mr. Patils.
Commissioners, this may be the cart before the horse, the horse before the cart, but I thought there's an opening statement, but it seems as though the representative is testifying. Would it be more appropriate that he take the oath prior to moving ahead with this opening statement?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So
Okay.
let's start. So it should go prosecutor first, opening statement.
Okay.
It should go defense statement. If he's already made a statement, that's fine. Let's go ahead and do prosecutor statement briefly, and then we'll put the case in chief for the prosecutor, presents his evidence, and then whatever licensee evidence they have, it has to be done under oath.
Okay.
So.
So we'll-
the city officer,
Mr. Ernst, we'll put you under oath after.
repeat it again
Okay.
as evidence.
We'll swear you in after the.
Okay, yeah, my
prosecutors.
apologies for not knowing
No,
the
no,
protocol.
that's all right.
Commissioners, I'll keep my opening statement brief. The statute requires that anyone who works in an area in which liquor is sold, served, or consumed has to be properly registered with the Liquor Commission. Mr. Nishikawa was working in an area, even if he was not personally selling or serving the alcohol, he worked in an area where liquor was being sold, served, or consumed. He has to be registered with the Liquor Commission. He was not. That's the end of it. Understood. Thank you. Would you like to present your evidence? Thank you. In support? The city would call liquor investigator Dylan Brunel.
Are you going to referring to the investigative report?
It is listed as one of my exhibits. If I do refer to it, I'm going to lay foundation, authenticate, and introduce.
Would you like to have it accepted by the commission as evidence?
Sure, yes.
You don't have to write foundation, and just, commissioners, will you accept, the city's, investigative report as
Submitted.
as a document?
Yes.
Thank you. It is currently submitted as City's Exhibit 1. Mr. Brunel's report is submitted as Exhibit 2. Great, thank you.
Shall we swear?
Yeah. Mr. Brunel, please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony you give at today's hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Please state and spell your name for the record.
Dylan Brunel, DYLANBRUNELL.
What is your current occupation?
I'm a liquor control investigator 1 with the Honolulu Liquor Commission
How long have you had this job?
since March.
And what are the duties of a liquor commission investigator?
To ensure in the city and county, everyone is following the liquor laws and rules.
So I'd like to direct your attention to April 11th, 2024. What was your assignment on that day?
To investigate complaints.
Okay. Was there a specific complaint that you were investigating?
Yes.
And commissioners, this is going to be Exhibit 8 that has already been submitted. Would the commission like me to lay foundation, or would they like to just accept the complaint form into evidence?
Yeah. Okay. Accept.
Thank you. If we could publish Exhibit 8 on the screen, please. Thank you. Mr. Brunel, is this the investigation complaint form that you were investigating?
Yes.
And is this what drew you to Hawaiian Brian's on April 11th, 2024?
Yes.
Okay. Who else was assigned to this investigation with you?
Liquor control investigators Nishigata, Fears, Casey, and Cal.
Okay. Now, is there a speakeasy located within Hawaii? Excuse me, located within Hawaiian Brian's?
There's
What's that speakeasy called?
Wild Orange.
And does that speakeasy fall under the same licensee as Hawaiian Brian's?
It does.
In terms of the premises, where is the speakeasy located?
If you go through the main doors, you go about halfway down the hallway, make a right down another hallway. There is a vending machine door. You push on it and you make your way inside the speakeasy.
All right. Approximately what time did you arrive at the speakeasy in Hawaiian Brian's?
But 9:18.
All right. That's 9:18 p.m., correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, for the next question, I'm referring to the premise layout of the speakeasy. Please describe what you observed when you entered the location.
When I observed the location, to the left, as soon as you walk in, are some table and chairs. And then also to the left is one side of the bar where there's a cooking and alcohol and where customers can sit. And then on the right side, there's also more seating and the other side of the bar where alcohol is also
Where alcohol is also available, sir.
sold, served, and consumed.
Understood. Thank you. When you first entered the speakeasy, did you speak to someone who was later identified as Michael Nishikawa?
Yes, I did.
Why did you come speak to him?
I spoke to him because he was the first employee I was able to interact with. I asked him for a manager.
Why did you ask him for a manager?
It's normal procedure to ask for a manager to address the complaints.
Okay. Did you also ask him for about anything else?
Yes, I asked him if he had his liquor commission card.
Okay. And what was his answer?
No.
All right.
May I ask, how did you identify him as an employee?
I asked him if he worked there.
Did you also ask the manager if he was an employee?
I did.
Okay. And was that manager? Was that manager Ray Mooney?
Yes.
And Ms. Mooney confirmed that Mr. Nishikawa was an employee.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, where was Mr. Nishikawa located in the premises?
He was located on the left side of the bar where alcohol is sold, served, or consumed, where the cooking and the alcohol is on the wall.
Okay. And what was he doing?
He was cooking food and he was also serving it.
Okay. Now, to be clear, did you at any time observe Mr. Nishikawa's serve alcohol to customers?
No.
Did you observe customers drinking alcohol in the vicinity where Mr. Nishikawa was?
Yes.
Now, I believe you testified to this already, but was Mr. Nishikawa properly registered with the Liquor Commission?
No.
Did Mr. Nishikawa have a Liquor Commission card that he could provide to you?
No.
When you returned to the Liquor Commissioner to your office afterwards, did you look up the employees of Hawaiian Bryant's?
Yes.
Was Mr. Nishikawa listed with the Liquor Commission as an employee of Hawaiian Bryant's?
No.
If we could turn to page. If we could turn to page 9 of Exhibit 1, please. Sorry, page 8. It's possible that mine is out of order. Can you go down 2 pages? Thank you. And 2 more, please. Thank you.
The listing.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Brunel, do you see where it says active employee listing?
Yes.
Is that the active employee listing that you pulled for the surrounding the date of offense?
Yes.
Is Mr. Nishikawa listed on that listing?
No.
Thank you. And lastly, did everything that you testified to occur in the city and county of Honolulu and the state of Hawaii?
Yes.
I have no further questions for the witness at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. The opposing party has the opportunity to cross-examine the witness and also to present rebuttal evidence.
Should we swear Mr. Anderson in?
So right now he's going to do process.
Okay. Gotcha.
Also have an opportunity to question the witness before.
Thank you.
Am I allowed to ask any question or just questions pertaining to what is witness or just testimony?
Do you have any questions for the witness specifically?
I do. I guess I just would like to know if there are any other kitchen employees of other establishments that have been issued a citation for the same thing as us.
I'd object to relevance, commissioners. This testimony here should be limited to the licensee at issue.
Sustain. Okay. Other question is what if you did not observe Mr. Nishikawa serving alcohol, what led you to believe that he would need a liquor license card? Given that he was cooking food during the observed time.
I would object to the extent that it calls for a legal conclusion. That is the core issue of what's being presented before the commission.
Sustained.
Okay, I don't have any questions beyond that.
Thanks, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you.
I have no follow-up based upon those questions. Thank you, commissioners.
All right, thank you. And now if you would like to provide your testimony, we'll swear you in.
Sure. I'm sorry, could we excuse Investigator
Please.
Brunel?
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions for this?
I already asked
No
my only
questions.
question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony you give at today's hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll try and repeat what I said, but I also wanted to, may I use this as a piece of evidence real quick? If this were to represent the area I believe we were referring to as a bar, Mr. Nishikawa workspace did not kind of go beyond where customers were being served alcohol. His food preparation area is behind it, recessed, and he would plate and pass off finished plates for servers and bartenders to pick up to the side, not including the area where guests were dining and consuming alcohol. Like I mentioned earlier, we discouraged Mr. Nishikawa from taking alcohol orders because just product knowledge, and we wanted him to focus on food preparation. Prior to opening this portion, this bar in our establishment, we used to have our food preparation area in a separate location. Ran that concession for about 10 years. We've had many investigators come through. We never once received a citation for that person preparing food, even though he was in our establishment where liquor was served. So when we moved the area of the food preparation, I just didn't think that we needed to have this person get a liquor card. Having said that, Mr. Nishikawa is no longer employed with GAR Inc., Klein Bryant's, not because of this issue, but the people we have hired to replace him do have their liquor cards, so we have addressed and amended the issue. If you look back to that employee listing, you know, there are people on there that investigators have told us needed a card. People like that work our box office that collect ticket revenue that I didn't think we needed liquor cards for. And again, we didn't receive a citation, it was just a recommendation. So for something like this, I just wanted to have an opportunity to have our case heard. If there is a fine or any kind of punishment for this, I completely accept it. But again, just wanted the opportunity to let you folks know we take our compliance very seriously, and this wasn't a deliberate act of negligence on our behalf.
Thank you.
Thank you. Would you mind sharing with us what is the recommended penalty?
The recommended penalty in this case is $500. There has been a prior warning about a month prior for the same issue.
Same employee as well?
That information is beyond me. All I have access to is what statute the notice was issued under.
Would you like to deliberate?
Yes. For the record, I have no cross-examination of this witness. If the commission would like to just go straight to deliberation, I'm more than happy to waive my closing argument.
Thank you.
Sorry, I wasn't aware that there was a recommendation to, or what you had just said, that there was a recommendation or a prior citation for the same incident.
A warning?
Yeah, a warning.
So 1 second and I can get you the specific date. I believe it's March 22nd, but if you'll give me 1 second, I will get that for you. I'm sorry, March 22nd, 2023, not 2024. So a year and a month prior. Okay.
Pursuant to Hawaii Revised Statute, Section 92-4 and subsection 92-584, to consult with the state's attorney on questions and issues on the matter pertaining to the board's powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities, and relating to the adjudication at hand. I would entertain a motion to go into executive session for this purpose.
Motion to go into executive session.
Second. We move to second, go into executive session. Or executive session.
Thank you.
Okay, we're back from executive session where the commissioners were deliberating the procedures with Corporation Counsel related to the adjudication contested hearing.
Does anybody have any further evidence or testimony to submit?
I have no further evidence or testimony. If the commission wishes, I can provide a closing statement. If the commission is ready to adjudicate, I'm happy to waive.
Okay, I will note that we have accepted all of the testimony and documents that were submitted prior to this contested hearing. Did you have anything else you'd like to say?
Is it okay to make a closing statement?
Yes,
of
Okay,
course.
yeah, I didn't, thank you everybody for your time, especially the investigator that came in. I'm sure it's outside of his schedule, but didn't want to waste anybody's time. I just thought not contesting this would be an admission of us not complying or being guilty. So I just, again, wanted an opportunity to have our side of the story heard and accept whatever your recommendations are.
Of course, thank you. At this point, I think we'll deliberate.
With deliberation?
Yep. Okay, back to everybody.
Need a motion. Back from deliberation, commissioners.
Yeah, so thank you both for your testimony and for appearing to share your side. We understand that the employee is no longer with you and people working in this position are now licensed with the city. So thank you for that. Due to the fact that this employee was in the area where liquor was served or consumed at that time, we do find that there was a violation. But understanding that it was a new position, things are moving around. And you have taken those, taking into consideration that you have licensed those employees working in that space now. We recommend or will move for a penalty of 50% of the recommendations to $250. Can I get a motion?
Should I do it? Should we do the separate? Do we do the motion? To find the
Sure.
Yeah, can I get a motion with respect to this matter?
Okay, motion to approve a fine of $250.
Well, first we have to do that.
No.
So you want to find, but you want to make a motion to find that the charges have been sustained.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we move that, being that the charges have been sustained, we move to
So I'll second that motion.
It has been moved to and second to sustain the charges. Any nays or reservations?
No.
Hearing none, the chair also votes aye. The charges have been sustained.
So we move to render a penalty of $250 as a fine for the violation.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to assess a fine of 50% of the recommended amount in the amount of $250. Any nays or reservations?
No.
Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. A fine of $250. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you for your
thank
time.
you. Thank you for your time, Mr. Adams.
Does the commission need me to do findings of fact for the fine? Okay. I will draft those and submit it to the liquor commission when I get time.
Thank you. That's right.
Thank you.
We will move to agenda item number 24 for the commission. Discussion of process and procedures outlined and the agenda. You don't think we have any? No? No. We will move to agenda item number 25. Administrator Weekly Report.
Shuffle across.
Yeah, doing double duty today. Administrator Patilos.
Sal Patilos, Administrator, Honolulu Liquor Commission. I wish I had some really exciting things for you to tell you today in terms of our operations, but I wanted you to know that tomorrow I will be meeting with the mayor and the managing director for our bi-monthly meeting. And we typically discuss items of progress on the recommendations made on the rate change report by the Liquor Commission, as well as other operating issues. I think, again, I'd like to say that it's indicative of the level of interest that the administration has, city administration has, in ensuring that the Liquor Commission continues its efforts to implement the recommendations of the systems review. From my perspective, why I say I wish I had something exciting to say, but I have been really focused on policies and procedures. Finalizing policies and procedures for the body worn camera program. I think I'm ready to send that out to HGEA. And we'll see what and see and consult with them as to what their concerns are about the policies and procedures. I know that I'm talking about it kind of I'm doing policies and procedures in advance, but that said, I think it's essential to have that prior, and in my discussions with HPD, it's essential to have that prior to actually implementing the program. So it's additionally, I've also been working on, and it's all about me this week. I've also been working on additional policies and procedures that we're going to provide HGEA. It's an outgrowth of a recommendation made by on the system review about policies and procedures for enforcement. But I think, as you all know, given my conversations with staff, that policies and procedures for the entire agency has to be updated. And that's the process that I'm going through. And unfortunately, I'm looking through two different sets of what may be policies that are still in play, but it's a long process and sometimes mind numbing, but it's essential that we go through that process. So nothing exciting, just stuff that needs to get done.
Will you be making recommendations for anything or?
I think it's just updating a lot of things. Some of the things, for example, that just like, updating things for the way we do things now as opposed to previously. I mean, I've seen policies where, addresses are written down and the addresses are for things that we haven't done that we haven't used in a long time. And so there are some minor changes and some substantive changes as well. But eventually, I mean, the thought is to essentially repeal and replace whatever was before with what we have now. That way we can say, hey, these are the policies that are in effect. So,
Thank you. Questions for Administrator Patinas?
The question I would have is regarding consultation with HGA on draft policies and procedures.
yeah. It's a recommended course of action. Talked to labor relations and the DHR said that you should consult with them. And that's what we're doing.
So basically, it's a preliminary consultation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there an update on the technology systems update?
Yeah, I think in terms of technology systems update, we're really held in. We are really held to account by how far we've gone along in the procurement process. And I think a couple of weeks ago, I reported that we had a purchasing violation approved. So we're still going through the process now. Hopefully, we'll get the extension of the contract soon, and with that extension, then we can begin to work. We can work on the data migration as well as the two applications, which we all know is critical to the agency being able to address two significant recommendations of the systems review.
Are you able to manage the data migration and implementation with the existing staff?
The data migration implementation will be done by a third-party vendor. And so I think that's the important thing, because having the contract in place then gives a blessing for them to work, and more importantly, the blessing for us to pay them for the work that they do.
Is that a local vendor?
Yes. It's a local vendor.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Go to agenda item number 26, commission announcements. Want to have any announcements?
Good news.
No? Oh, next meeting will be the